What's going on, everybody? I wanted to show off my Planet Eclipse EMek today and talk about some of the things that I like about it in comparison with other offerings out at the moment. My Planet Eclipse EMek is a Gen 1. It's got an ETHA 2 body kit on it. It's got the pops, the body, the matching barrel. It's got the lever safety on it. And it does not have the PALS hopper, or it does not have the PALS system inside the sleeve there. It's got an adjustable trigger, pre and post travel screws. I believe it's the ANS version. And it's got, it had the bang switch in it. I swapped it out, put it in my EMek. Just some of my personal thoughts. When I first played with this foregrip, it was on an ETHA 2 and I thought it was huge. I have large hands and I even like a smaller grip, just because that way my hands don't get in the way as much. Like, I feel I can get my hand tighter around the gun, and more concealed. My thumb isn't sticking out so far, or I'll wrap it over the top. But it's kind of grown on me as I've been gun battling with this thing the past few outings. When you're swapping hands with it, it's really easy to swap hands due to the thickness and the shape of this foregrip. And that leads me to one of my biggest issues with the Gen 1 EMeks is this lever safety. When switching hands, my fingers would come up. See, it's in fire now. So I go to switch hands, my finger rides up, and I'm in safety now. So I have a couple clips of me on my GoPro shooting out the right side, switch to the left side, and I've swapped, and now my gun's not firing, and I'm trying to figure out why midfield. After it happened a couple times, I figured out what was going on so I can immediately remedy the situation. And I wonder if that's why Planet Eclipse changed that in the first place to a push button. I think that's less susceptible to the issue of swapping it out. But tried and true Gamma Core. Doesn't really compare to the GOG Enemy's bolt system, but that's the other mech offering at the moment, the GOG Enemy Pro. And if you look at the if you look at the GOG Enemy Pro, it's got the freak barrel, the on-off ASA, the clamping feed neck. It's quite the package, and since they've increased the price of the EMek, the standard EMek that doesn't come with an on-off, it comes with a less than desirable barrel. The comparison is a lot closer now, in my opinion, as you up the price of the EMek. Therefore, competition gets a little closer. The EMek has finger detents, while the GOG Enemy Pro has the spring-loaded detents. So just some things to think about. So those are my, if you were to buy a Gen 1 EMek for the lever safety, which I've seen several times on the Facebook groups, if you buy a Gen 1 EMek, just be careful. That can definitely happen. As far as triggers are concerned, I'm definitely in the camp of the upgraded trigger helps, but whether it's an Infamous or an Inception's Design, or just this basic one from ANS Gear, as long as it has the pre and post travel screws, I think you're golden. I don't think there's much else needed. Inception Design, the Fang trigger, they made that big deal about how the pin to adjust the activation point, when it's rotating in, is the correct horizontal, it creates the correct horizontal translation of the pin. Are you going to notice that? Probably not. Could it help with increased rates of fire? But you're shooting a mech gun. So, thanks for watching. Those are my thoughts on the Planet Eclipse EMek. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try and get to you. Otherwise, enjoy playing paintball. And I'll see you in the next one.